Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Football is a Religion. Good morning to all of y'all from around the world. Good morning to all of y'all, man. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are good, and I hope you guys are taking good care of yourselves, man. I am. My name is Bubesi Mpati Mhlaba. If you're new to this channel, welcome, man. I welcome you with warm arms. And let's join this community. Let's grow this community together. Please also let your associates know. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also comment. Hi. Okay, let's get straight to it. Yesterday was the final of the Carling Knockout Cup between Stellenbosch and TS Galaxy. So this was obviously a historic tie between the Cape side as well as the team from Mpumalanga. It was a historical game for the both of them because understanding the fact that Stellenbosch were yet to win a trophy. So this was their opportunity of claiming their first glimpse of silverware since being formed in 2016. On the other hand, TS Galaxy were only formed in 2019, right? So they already had silverware after they won the Nedbank Cup final in 2019, shocking Kaizer Chiefs, becoming the first NFD side to ever win, a major trophy in the history of South African football. Obviously, both teams were hoping to come into this one to clinch this title for the first time in their history, right? But coming into this one, obviously Stellenbosch were the favored opponents. They've been playing superb football of late. They've been far better, in terms of build up play, in terms of defending, in terms of being able to play on the transition, in terms of being able to pass the ball, in terms of being able to play with possession, in terms of creating those spaces. Stellenbosch have been superb to watch. It has been a phenomenal to watch Stellenbosch play this season. Watching them play this season, I've really enjoyed them. Stellenbosch might not be a big club of some sort. It might not be a Kaizer Chiefs or Mamelodi Sundowns or Orlando Pirates, but watching them play, man, I will always watch them play because they play exciting football. They play enterprising football. And give credit to the coach, man, Steve Barker. I think Steve Barker as a coach, he's got a strong personality. He's got a strong character. He's built for the big occasions. He's got this ability of turning a small club into a team that is capable of competing at the highest level. You understand? Hear me out once again. Steve Barker, as that kind of a coach who has the ability of turning a small club into a club that can actually compete at the highest level. With very young players, with very inexperienced players. You understand? Because the bulk majority of the Stellenbosch squad are inexperienced players that have never played at this high level before, right? But the way they play, they show no fear. You can see there's so much enthusiasm in the players. There's so much confidence. There's so much, fluidity. You can see there's a lot of chemistry amongst the players. The teamwork is there, the chemistry that they share. And you can also see that these Stellies players, right? They play to win. You understand? And I asked myself, how does Steve Barker do that? Because this is the second time we've seen them do this. He did it with Amatax when they reached the final in 2009 of the Nedbank Cup final, where they had players like Mthokozi Siende, they had players like Andile Jali. Unfortunately, they went on to lose to Moroka Swallows in the final, and Andile Jali was not present to play the game because he was suspended. But like I said, Steve Barker is a great coach, great mentor, and credit must go to him as well as the players, man. On the side of TS Galaxy, both on the side of TS Galaxy, yes, they already have a trophy. They've had an up and down season so far this season, right? They haven't been really consistent, because they still languish in the bottom half of the table, right? TS Galaxy has shown that they can actually compete. They have shown that we've seen a lot of signs of them being able to, compete against the big clubs, right? Because coming all the way to the final, they already knocked out Mamelodi Sundowns. And as you go back to that game, they were leading by 2-0, but against 10 men Mamelodi Sundowns. But you ask yourself, how did they allow Sundowns to get back into the game 2-2? Which actually put them more under pressure. and luckily they were able to win the game on penalties, right? They also beat Kaizer Chiefs in the final of the Nedbank Cup a few years ago in 2019, right? When obviously nobody fancied them. Nobody gave them a chance, so they did it against all odds, right? And I guess, from that point onwards, you would expect the Rockets to actually continue with that momentum, to be, to strive towards becoming a bigger club, right? But then the issue is, it's just lack of consistency. They're not consistent enough, Maybe it's a matter of, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to mix old and young players, right? With the likes of Lindo Gushembata, who's a veteran, the likes of Vuyo Mere. Vuyo Mere is yet to actually feature in a single game this season, right? You have players like Samir Nurkovic as well. You have Mlungisi Mpunjana, who's the captain of the Rockets. You have Bernard Parker. And it's just a whole list of like experienced players in the club. So they're trying to create a synergy between the experienced, upcoming, as well as those who are in between. If I'm to put it like that, you understand? You look at the likes of Letlonolo Mojela, wonderful player as well. You look at the likes of Spiwa Mahlangu, wonderful player as well. You look at the likes of Om Velase, You look at the likes of the goalkeeper Ntwari from Rwanda. These are great players, phenomenal footballers, right? And we only wait to see how will they be able to gel amongst themselves, the experienced players as well as the younger players. You understand? It's not really working effectively for them, but hopefully in time it can actually start working, and we hope to see TS Galaxy being a club that can actually compete, And to say the least, both of these teams actually did deserve to be in the final of the Carling Knockout Cup, particularly Stellenbosch, right? Stellenbosch, this was now their third attempt of asking in terms of winning silverware. Remember, they were knocked out in the Nedbank Cup semi-finals to Sekhukhune United. They were knocked out to MTN 8 champions Orlando Pirates via away goals in the semi-finals. And now, look, this was their moment, this was their time, and finally deserved, right? So Stellenbosch become the third team in history. Hear me out. Stellenbosch become the third team in history. The third team in history to actually win a tournament, a domestic tournament, without actually playing a home game. Okay? They are now the third team in the history of South African football to win a domestic tournament without playing a home game. This is how it went. The first game in the last 16, they played against Chippa United at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Gqeberha. They won that game by 2-1 away from home, right? And then the second one, the quarterfinals, they won away to Polokwane City at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium by 2-0. And then recently in the semi-finals, they won against Richards Bay FC, just not so far away from Moses Mabhida Stadium at Umlazi, Kingswell Stadium, by 3-0, right? All games were played away from home, which makes them the third team in the history of South African football to actually win a domestic trophy without playing a home game, right? Obviously, we know the first team was Jomo Cosmos, okay? The second team was obviously Kaizer Chiefs. And now Stellenbosch FC are now the third team to do so. So it was a historic breaker. As well as Stellenbosch, this is now their maiden trophy. This is now their maiden trophy in 9 years since they were formed. I mean, not in 9 years. I meant to say in 7 years since they were formed. They were formed in 2016. So it's 7 years. This is their first trophy. So they are tied with their Mpumalanga rivals, TS Galaxy. So let's get straight into the game. The game took place at Moses Mabhida Stadium, the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium. This is actually the 16th cup final to take place at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Basically, the Moses Mabhida Stadium is our Wembley Stadium, right, in South Africa, right? That's basically our Wembley Stadium because this is the 16th Cup final to take place at the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. I was pretty much disappointed with the crowd, with the attendance from the crowd, but I guess you know what, it was still a great game of football. Let's go on the side of Stellenbosch, man. Stellenbosch, of course, we expected them to be dominant. They were very dominant from the very get-go. They created wonderful opportunities. You could see there was synergy. There was fluidity amongst the players. They were able to move the ball quickly. They were able to, play that one-touch football that we like. It's like they were playing tiki-taka of Barcelona. They created the best chance of the first half just in that manner. Just in that manner. It was just one-touch football. One-touch football. You understand? One-touch football. Reyners finding himself in acres of space. Great save. Forcing a great save out of the Rwanda goalkeeper, Ntwari. I guess Reyners, considering a man the rich vein of form that he was in, you'd expect him to put that in the back of the net. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, you'd expect Ikram Reyners to put that ball in the back of the net. But nonetheless, great save by the TS Galaxy goalkeeper, Ntwari. TS Galaxy, and then we saw from that point onwards, Stellenbosch grew more and more into the game, creating more opportunities. We saw the second one came from Dion van Rooyen from right back, making a run, hitting a shot. I think it was not a clean strike, right? Because you could see it took a deflection, and there was a bit of confusion there at the back for TS Galaxy, but luckily it was well dealt with. And we also saw TS Galaxy grow more into the game. Vidal from a free kick, it was on target. At least it was on target. It was a great set piece. On target at least. It could have just maybe had he hit it with more power, or had he added a bit of more height to that free kick, maybe a goalkeeper would have had more problems saving that one. But it was on target. That was a great free kick. I just give credit to the goalkeeper, Sheikh Stevens of Stellenbosch FC. He was just in the right position at the right time to actually deal with that ball. But then, hey, who would have known? TS Galaxy took the lead in the 42nd minute of the game, and guess who did it? I just mentioned his name. Moses Mabhida. He's been on fine form, this boy. He's been on fine form. It was a great corner from the Brazilian Hugo Vidal. It found its way, the ball was bouncing in the Stellenbosch penalty area, and then Mabhida was there to slot in the ball, right? Straight with his right foot, right into the top corner. You could see it took a bit of a wicked deflection, but that was a great finish nonetheless by Mabhida. That was his second goal in the tournament. Remember, he did score against Amazulu, and remember now that's his third goal of the season. Fourth goal of the season. Remember, he does have 2 goals in the DStv Premiership, plus 2 goals in the Carling Knockout Cup, so basically he's on 4 goals this season. He's been on fine form, Mabhida. What a wonderful goal. What a wonderful way to make a name for yourself in a cup final. Great goal by, Mabhida. And you could see goalkeeper Stevens was well beaten. He was well beaten. He attempted to save that one, but I think there was no way he would have saved that one, because if you look at the pace, the speed at which that ball was traveling at, the shot, the power behind that shot, it was always going to be difficult for the goalkeeper to save that one. It was always going to be difficult. Great goal by the Rockets. Great goal from Mabhida. And then second half, from that point onwards, TS Galaxy advantage was with them. And you had to also ask yourself a question, was it possible for them to hold on to the lead? Because, TS Galaxy has got a very stubborn defense. But remember now, you look back to the game against Mamelodi Sundowns. They were 2-0. They were cruising. And they allowed Mamelodi Sundowns back into the game. So, it was obviously gonna be an interesting game of football, the second 45 minutes of the final, and that's exactly what we saw. But it was not really interesting. TS Galaxy could have won the game long time ago. They could have won the game. They could have buried the game beyond any reasonable doubt. Stellenbosch second half also, they struggled. Both teams really struggled in the second half until Toure, Ismail Toure, the Ivorian defender, was able to put the ball in the back of the net, getting the equalizer for the Stellies in the 74th minute. That's when we actually started to see the game livening up. The game started to liven up after Stellenbosch got that crucial equalizer in the 74th minute through Toure. the Ivorian, the big Ivorian defender, with a powerful shot straight into the back of the net. This time, Ntwari could not do anything. He was well beaten. You understand? And from that point onwards, we started to see the game livening up. But I was more disappointed with Spiwa Mahlangu, jersey number 11 of TS Galaxy. I was more disappointed with him because he had a wonderful opportunity to put the game beyond any reasonable doubt to win it for TS Galaxy. But that was just a wasted chance. I would expect him to actually pass the ball. He could have squared the ball because there were three of his teammates that were in a much better position to put the ball into the back of the net. They were much more in a better position. But he decided to go for goal. Yes, it was not a bad option. Yes, he did well to create the space for himself. He did well to create an opening for himself. Great goalkeeper, great save again from the Stellies goalkeeper, Stevens. But Mahlangu, there was Nurkovic. There were players that were in a much better position to put that ball into the back of the net. Understanding that you're from an angle, right? Goalkeeper's already committed. He has already committed, the goalkeeper. He's out. You understand? So right now, yes, you did well by creating the space for yourself, but you're still at a tight angle. The goalkeeper has already closed down the angle for you. So the best thing to do is for you, play the ball across because there's someone in a better position to put the ball in the back of the net. But Yena, he decided to go for goal, and obviously goalkeeper saved it. Great save by the goalkeeper. And give credit to Mahlangu for creating space for himself. But again, poor decision making for me on that one. That could have been an assist for him. The ball could have gone easily. TS Galaxy could have easily have won the game. And again, Mahlangu, even in the league game against Orlando Pirates at the Orlando Stadium, he was wasteful in front of goal. He was very wasteful. Even now, against Stellenbosch in the final, also wasteful. That was supposed to be the winning goal for TS Galaxy. It just reminds me of the Champions League final. The 2023 Champions League final between Manchester City and Inter Milan. It reminds me of the similar opportunity that Lautaro Martinez had. Instead of maybe chipping the ball over the goalkeeper or actually passing the ball across, he decided to go for goal, and that was an easy save for the goalkeeper. And that's how, it cost Inter the Champions League. It cost Inter the Champions League. As well as that opportunity that Spiwa Mahlangu just missed. It perhaps also cost TS Galaxy the Carling Knockout Cup. They could have won it within regulation time. From that point onwards, we just saw drama as well. We saw great football being played. Nurkovic, at the heart of things, he did score a wonderful goal in the semi-final against Amazulu. He was at the heart of things. We also saw Antonio van Veek, super sub. He had a great game on the left-hand side for the Stellies. He had a great game. Him and Reyners combining. Reyners had a couple of opportunities once again. Again, give credit to Ntwari. Reyners had an opportunity to actually get his name on the score sheet. But hey, give credit to Ntwari. Wonderful save by the Rwandan goalkeeper. Again, he was supposed to be the man of the match. But I guess also Reyners had a great game. Reyners had a great game. And mind you, Reyners has been man of the match for Stellies since the last 16. And deservedly so, I agree, because Reyners has had a great game. But in my opinion, my man of the match was, Ntwari, the TS Galaxy goalkeeper. He was my man of the match. I mean, the saves that he made to keep TS Galaxy into the tie, to keep them well in the game, to keep them well in contention of actually winning this inaugural tournament, is mind-blowing. I think sometimes we know goalkeepers don't often get credit that they deserve. Understandably so, but look, Ntwari had a wonderful game. He had a solid afternoon. He put in a great shift, including Stevens. Both goalkeepers put in a great shift. You understand? They made 11 saves each apiece. Sheikh Stevens made 5 crucial saves. You understand? Ntwari made 6 saves, including denying Reyners in the first half that one-on-one chance. He also denied Reyners again. So, both goalkeepers were very busy. They were kept busy. And again, it was a poor turnout from the crowd. You'd expect the game to be packed. I understand it's the two small teams, two unfashionable teams, but irregardless of whether they are fashionable or not, these are teams that are in the final. For the fact that they're in the final, they deserve to be in the final. You understand? And the support should be there. just to support our football, just to grow our football, diversify our football, grow it. Grow the footballing community in our country. The stadium, I was very disappointed with the turnout, very disappointed. It was a great atmosphere, to say the least. I enjoyed the game, but I expected a much decent turnout, to be honest with you guys. But congratulations once again to Stellenbosch, winning by 5-4 via penalty shootout, 5-4 on penalties. Congratulations to Steve Barker and his men. Congratulations to Ikram Reyners, man of the match. Congratulations to former Kaizer Chiefs players Gaugelo Segota, as well as Daryl Macheke, who scored the winning penalty. These are former Kaizer Chiefs players who did not win, who have won silverware for the first time in their careers. You understand? Segota, that's his first major silverware, as well as for Macheke, who scored the winning penalty. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Dion van Rooij, the captain of Stellenbosch. He deserves it. He put in a wonderful shift as well in the game. Congratulations to Ikram Reyners, man of the match. And Basadine, also congratulations to you, my brother, even though you got a red card carelessly. Basadine got a red card in the later stages of extra time. In the second half of extra time, we saw Basadine, the left back of Stellenbosch, getting a red card, getting sent off. I think it was more of an insult towards Magella. He insulted Magella, and then referee pulled out his straight red, sent him for an early shower. But apart from that, also Basadine had a great game. He put in a massive shift at left back. So his departure from the field forced substitute Gaugelo Segota to actually play on the left-hand side, left back, to do those overlapping rounds, and understandably so, because he's left-footed. So yeah, they had to put him at left back for the remaining minutes of extra time going into the penalty shootout. And then yeah, man, also you Nhlanhla Mgaga, even though you missed the penalty, that was a poor penalty from Nhlanhla Mgaga, very poor, but congratulations to you. You also had a great game. He put in a wonderful shift. Unlucky goal scorer, unlucky star man Mogella. He's the one who missed the penalty that actually helped Stellies to clinch their first maiden silverware. Hard lucky to Team Sukazi, but next time, guys, it was a great game of football. Thank you to TS Galaxy. Thank you once again to Stellenbosch FC. And hey, guys, I hope you really did enjoy this video, man. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And look, man, thank you so much for your guys' support. Thank you so much, and it really means a lot. We'll be in touch pretty soon. Check the highlights later, and I'll be back with more.
Sage Stevens, Diano van Rooyen, Tabo Moloisani, Ismail Otore, Fakrid Ntwari, Max Monyai, Macbeth Matlango, Pochiso Sanoka Khanyane, Lernes, Lena Mona, Jerry Adams, Ilibona Bashebu and Tatin Legachenu, Estopasena, Sayona, TS Galaxy, Uteng Matlango, Lemona Mojela, Le Ubona Kibano Hamanesu, Dibapa Pasena, Sa Stellies. Badumela ba tshepa re letsatsing le ka tseno mohlolo ka etsahala ba ka iphumana he ba tshwere mashankura o bona kiseno se ba sa yona he ngwane se ba the Rockets ho tswa province ena jwale wa tseba he ngwane sore le barati ba tloba tsena tshepedi e khwathile ke sona se ba sena sa yona he ngwane se ba sa o tswa province ena ya Mpumalanga se ke namba ba letsatsing le ka tseno ba kena ba bere tsetshweu e borki eno he Mojela go tlakana Mvelas wana ona ba pesi ikiba khutla keno e wa ikisa bona monyetla Jaden Adams are aintsele pe arwana keno Jaden Paris wana keno e baleka wana lekile Fawas Besedin Risa Karoye latelang re batlo iphumana re ma khalakgang o bona keno e Adams o bona keno bona Renes Sebetsa Ntwari Ikieno he neletsana ntle ya Topasa Stellies o shebile le wa he ka mgo ba bapetseng ka tenge a fuwe monyetla Renes a sireletsa Fiacre Ntwari ene ngwetse ntla empa a re esentsatseng le ka Mvelas Wana Kieno Liahana, the Watalamaro. Bar we shot in the back door. Wana Kieno Kiba. Sebeta Sage Stevens. Oshaba Kieno Hako Oshebe Kieno Sebeta Sage. Kieno Nelizano. Ya kapasena sa Stellies. Wana Kieno Van Rooyen. Bona. Van Rooyen. Yana lendi motema sume amabedi limutsu supileng. Bapala Joale kamo kapteni waskopa. Ongama Ikarabelo. Armeti Modric wa Maredi. Arbona Tating Lanyaka. Liahana Libota Barry we shot the big dog bona. Arwana Kieno Mvelas bona. Ona leni bapalitse upremo khoko. Obana Kieno bona. Skomot na Stellies Galaxy. Hiban Shaye Yaboberi Paparinzana Tabohope Wena Kaling Cup. Tabile set Removich. Aretula Uritobe Kasonso Seiketile. Omona Kieno Angama Ikarabelo Mona Mujela. Harbona Badumela Karamusi Wama Hillary. Obona Kieno Water Acute Engel Ngobota Jerry Resin was Kosana. Hareku Water Mona Washebina Papadina Bona Kieno Basedin. Arbana Kit Bona Salebosi Imunina Wantwari Obona Kieno Ineba Khotso Reba Insetsa Kantle Mojela Are Rekeleke Kisireletse Nhlaki Tlabileng Obona Kieno Bafenya Kantlatse Pedi Khatlano le lengwe e bore papaditse ka ba tserobedi ke mo ileng Rabona Bafenya Kantla lengwe khatlanong le lefela o tsebore ha tsilela ke mo ileng Rabona Ntlatse tharo khatlano le ntla Obona Kieno ya Cyril Kieno Ntwari Rabona Kieno Mapiano Onalekile Kokota Piano Badumela Barati le balateri ba Makhusi Bare Kokota Piano Shaba Kieno Sam Nokovic Onaleka Joalari Ngorisa lebitso la ibukeng tse kgolo ba iketlile e le sona ka basena Arbona Kieno bona monyetla bona Shaba Kieno Liahana le botala morao Obona Kieno inele ne le tsanentle Shaba Kieno bar we shut the back door Bone inele munena wa Mahlangu Wabonana Jordan Todia Feto Osebele Kieno Oseba Kieno Monyetla Show me your number Ona Sirilesa Obonala Kieno Liahana Lebot auf Mona Kieno Teta Gena Dio Bona Yabahola Stellies Barre umkhulu lomsebenzi balahlela tsohle tse bana le tsona Stellenbosch hore ba iphumane bali ba khutlela papading bona Kieno Tare bona la alemetse estibatibane Obana Kieno asebeditse Ntwari Are waleka de sumene metserobedi yesensinge Arbona Kieno monyetla Arbona Kieno conducte Arbona Mojela asebetsa Obana inele monyetla Oshaba Kieno monyetla wa Stellies Arbona Ntwari ki eno a re ke a itseba ntho ena ile ka e bona ka re motswa Kigali. Corner kick. Babola yona in swing. Letsatsing la kajeno Puata a tsebe se ba otlileng a re is game on. A ko shebe kamera re o etsa le phoso. Sense of agency in esaleo Stubek sena sana TS o bona ke eno he mahlangu a etsa phoso ya bore Torre a re menyetle tshwana le eno a se ke kwa itloelang e bora ke eno he monna ya tswangara motse wa Abidjan nangena ya Ivory Coast sebapadi sa mehleng sa tlhopha sena sa yona Marumo Colors hore Steve Barker itse ba batla mo bona ke eno Van Rooyen a re bona ke eno Titus mona ke eno Titus bona kwela bona ke eno bona monyetla a re bona ke eno bona sirele hore ene le monyetla ange sehlopha sena sa TS Galaxy a ba ise lefatsheng la ditshepiso bona e bapetse mapiano o mona ke eno mahlangu a tatile mosebetsi a leka a sesh a re bona Kimo a re Kimona ntate o bona go shebe ke eno o na emetse mapiano a ona sa bona Torre o na qetile ka Torre bona ke eno he a sebetsa Stibatibane Serge Stevens a re moholo mosebetsi ona na mgo o bona ke eno mahlangu bona piano na lekile mapiano bona ke eno he Mojela o tsebare monena wa Torre Weg e ba three-quarter pace wa ikisa Van Weg o bona ke eno ya kopana le yona tseleng o bona ke eno wa bona rege o rege a ko shebe re phumana rea o yona extra time eba inele toba sena sa yona ba khakha khatana le toba sa Orlando Pirates o bona ke eno he Mlungisi Mabuti Mbunja honka maikarabelo jale ka mokaptene wa sehlopha o mona ke eno he Mbunjane honka ke eno he arbone ke eno Mbunjane Team Sugazi atibare mo kaptene wa sehlopha o phamisetse letsoho a re Romanna o na ibone Serge Stevens empa he phapano ibile power o bona ke eno a re banna ke moetapele jwale ke tlaya ke le bontsha hore inkiwa jwang penalty ya pele tsatsi la kajeno o bona ke eno he Mgaga o shabane le ena Ntwari a re bone ke eno he Mgaga sireletsa Ntwari o bona ke eno he Steve Barker wa tseba wa de poor penalty we bona hantle he ngwaneso shaba ke eno he a sireletsa Ntwari kgatlhanong le Mamelodi Sundowns we la bontsha he monena wa Ntwari eba he ngwaneso wa tseba ntla mkaka Harwane ke eno he letshwenyo left-footed player shebile kgatlana le tlhopha sa metleng Harwane ke eno he Hare ke eno he bona a tlaba penalty ya bobedi ya TS Galaxy bona ke eno ba thokozile bomkharibo bathi into sikhamba kuhle Wana kino he letshwenyo sheba power ona itladizi ona tseba hantle sena se etsa letshwenyo a re ke a tshwenya shebile kino mo tabola bona ke tseno di bapaditsa TS Galaxy ha bona kino he monna ile a hlaba ntla le ka ntseni ntla Torre ha bona Torre Amo fapanya leona monena wa Torre Are it's still a game on O jwetsa Stibatibane Are ntsama hlodiname Isha di Kerotsi Re bone ore ana o ka se kgone ore o sireletse penalty le nngwe fela o bona ke eno he Craig Tafia wa tseba wa mosebetsi o yentse o bona ke eno he Pogiso wa Sanok tseba re o tsale papadi a bapala jwale ka captain wa sehlopha o shebile ke eno he monna tswa ka motsana wa Rustenburg sheba lihlo la hae ntate ha bona ya Watlapala o bona ke eno he ya Watlapala jwale tshwantse Stellies bona ki ona sa bona Stibatibane empa he ya Watlapala ya khutlela he a re sheba ke eno he Pogiso Mona ki set Ramovic Harwane ki eno he Mulisa o shabane liena Ntwari amo tabula Mulisa tialikana jwale ki eno he bare nkama ikarabelo Serge Stevens amutabos Amo fapanya leona Tabo Moloisane o seba ki eno he Harry a itswele pele it's game on o shebile ngwaneso dialekana jwale Kokota Mapiano o bona ki eno he SM Nogovic shabane liena Serge Stevens Mana ki eno he Mapiano Semi Nogovic Harwana ki eno Nogovic Ari ona mo tswanteng ki mo gisanteng Mana ki eno he Mapiano Bona ki eno awota Shachafatsi Mwana ki eno he Mapiano Watsepa monena wa Mapiano Shaba ki eno he Steve Vaka Harwana ki eno he Ntwari Watsepa ore akasirilitsa yena he Kleba nse mosebetsi yo moholo Harwana ki eno Boji Tabola Boji Harry is game on shebile ngwaneso o tsebore ya o qetela jwale mona ao amtabotsi Boji mo fapanya Leona tsebore monena eneli top goal scorer o tsona papadi tsena tsa DDC wa tshepa Steve Barker ore mohlolo ka etsala letsatsing la ka tjeno o lahletse taola monena Sid Ramovic arbone kieno he Hadebe o bona kiyo Hadebe bona amotabula Hadebe Siborhe maikarabelo a yena monena wa Ntwari wentse mosebetsi arbone kieno he Hadebe bona ibone Stibatiban empa he power shebile kieno he amo bar he pick a spot shebile kieno he Steve Barker watseba Ntwari Kimunyetla hore ibe hero Dion Kimunyetla hore aba khutletse he ngwaneso a ise o yena sudden death arbone ya motabola mo fapanya le yona eba he ngwaneso re kena ho yona a sudden death Hlalosare it's still a game on jwale taba ya sudden death e hlalosare a o hlaba penalty jwale tsebore he ngwaneso ntho tsa o di monate jwale he tlhabatsena tsepedi dia tseba he mo di lenteng he jwale hore a e sale ka jwale ke taba hore ke lotho ya nnete jwale o bona ke no he o shebile monena he mojela ke no he monna tlhabile ntla etsa tsing le ka tjeno o bona ke no he arbone he kieno TS Galaxy Mujela akhola ki penalty advantage Stellies obona kieno he unaibadile akoshebe we khile ka motlase a o tla ntotsa bo Nasboot jwale he advantage ha ba tshepe jwale se ba o tlileng o shebile kieno he Darrell Wamachek o na le monyetla hore anke Stellies aba ise lefatsheng la ditshepiso arbone matche omopola Stellenbosch Kaizer Chiefs omopola DDC Heborhe Stellies